Okay, today we're looking at a film that, well, it really made waves, didn't it? Both here in India and pretty much everywhere else. Three Idiots from 2009.
Absolutely. It's one of those films that just manages to mix, real laughs with some genuinely deep points about life. It really landed well.
It certainly did. And the critics in India seem to mostly agree. I saw descriptions like vital, inspiring, even life-revising.
Yeah, and warm and vivacious. Someone else said it's the kind you take home with a smile and a song, which I think captures it perfectly. Oh, and emotional, entertaining, and enlightening. Pretty consistent praise, really.
Sound like a real winner with the critics here. Though, wasn't it universal? I thought I saw a couple of slightly more, let's say, reserved takes.
Why, yeah, a couple. You always get that. One mentioned it felt maybe a bit too calculated. Another called it satisfying, but not the best. Fair enough, I suppose.
Okay, but internationally, that's where it seemed to just explode.
Oh, definitely. The reaction overseas was, frankly, remarkable. It's got that perfect 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is wow.
100%. That's huge.
It is. And critics abroad talked about the emotional punch, the energy, the joie de vivre, as the LA Times put it, performance charm, too.
Now, wasn't there something about satire?
Yes. The South China Morning Post called it satire at its best. A powerful critique of India's education system, but wrapped up cleverly in comedy. It clearly hit a nerve globally.
And audiences loved it too, right? The IMDb score is pretty high.
Very high, around 8.4 out of 10. That tells you it connected with people, like on a really personal level.
So that's what we want to unpack today, isn't it?
Yeah.
What makes this film tick? What are the key things it's saying?
Exactly. And a big one, maybe the biggest, is that critique of the education system.
Right. That whole focus on just cramming facts, rote learning, the obsession with grades and ranks over actual understanding.
Mm-hmm. And Rancho is the voice for that counter-argument, isn't he? His whole thing is learn for knowledge, not marks. He keeps pushing that idea.
Yeah, trying to get his friends, even the faculty, to see beyond the exams.
And then you have Virus, the principal. He is the perfect symbol of that rigid, Marx-obsessed mindset. It's all about the grades, the ranking.
Such a stark contrast. The film really plays that up effectively.
No, absolutely. And Chatur, his speech is just brilliant satire.
Oh, yeah. Hilarious.
He delivers this perfectly memorized speech, but you know he doesn't understand half of it. It just skewers that whole idea of memorizing without meaning. It's funny, but wow, what a point it makes.
It really lands.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why it struck such a chord in places like China, South Korea, where they have similar kinds of academic pressure.
I think so. That message about what education should be about clearly resonates there, too. It taps into something universal, that pressure.
Which kind of leads naturally into the next big theme, doesn't it? This whole conflict between what society expects or what your family expects and what you actually want to do, your passion.
Yes. You see it so clearly with Farhan and Raju. Farhan's pushed towards engineering, the sensible path, but his heart is in photography.
And Raju is just paralyzed almost by the fear of failure, the need for that job security for his family. It's a heavy burden.
So heavy. And then you contrast them with Rancho, who just seems driven by curiosity. He follows his interests, almost ignoring those external pressures that weigh so much on the others.
It's really powerful. The film sort of gives you permission, doesn't it, to think about authenticity.
It really does. It champions finding meaning in what you do, suggesting that passion isn't just idealism. It can actually lead somewhere. It's empowering, especially, for young people figuring things out.
But that environment, that pressure cooker, it takes a toll. The film shows the mental health side, too. Doesn't pull punches there.
No, it definitely doesn't. Raju's suicide attempt, that's incredibly stark, heartbreaking. It really shows the extreme cost of that relentless pressure, the anxiety it breeds.
It's a really tough moment in the film.
It is. It underlines the human cost when the system forgets the individual.
But there are moments of hope, too. Like Farhan finally talking to his dad, actually getting through, being heard about his photography dream. That's a huge breakthrough.
True. That's a really positive turn. But then you have the flip side with Joy Lobo.
Oh, yeah. Tragic.
His suicide after his innovative project gets dismissed. It's a really sobering reminder. It shows what happens when creativity is just shut down. It hammers home the film's point about valuing different kinds of thinking.
It's a heavy theme. But amidst all that struggle, the film really celebrates friendship. That bond between Rancho, Farhan, and Raju is Well, it's the heart of the movie, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's their lifeline, really. That friendship provides the support, the resilience they need to face everything the college and life throws at them. They're like a chosen family.
You see it all the time, how they stick together, trying to save Joy's drone, standing up to virus. They've always got each other's backs.
And Rancho, especially. He's always helping out, selflessly. That whole scene delivering the baby.
Unforgettable.
Right, or just constantly nudging Farhan towards photography. It shows how much genuine care and emotional intelligence matter. They help each other grow.
Which ties into that other big idea that following your passion, even if it's not the normal path, can actually lead to success.
Exactly. The film shows this beautifully. We find out Rancho's real story, right? His motivation was pure love of learning. He wasn't even technically supposed to be there, but he found a way.
Yeah, his drive was totally internal. And Farhan, he becomes a successful wildlife photographer in the end.
Proving it's possible. It's not just a dream. You can align your work with what you love.
It all comes back to that tagline, doesn't it? Follow excellence and success will chase you.
Such a great line. It shifts the focus. It's not about chasing success itself, but about getting really good at something you care about. Success becomes the byproduct.
So beyond the themes, the way the film tells the story is also key.
Right.
Right? Hirani's direction. That balance of comedy and, well, heart.
Oh, definitely. His style is crucial. The non-linear thing, jumping between college days and the road trip later, it keeps you hooked.
And wondering about Rancho.
And visually, it just looks good. Polished, accessible. The cinematography captures the campus energy, but also those amazing Ladakh landscapes.
Yeah, C.K. Muralidharan did great work there. Think about those big, wide shots on the road trip versus the tighter close-ups in the tense campus moments.
Good point. That visual shift helps the emotional beats land.
And the colors, it's quite bright, quite vibrant overall, gives it an optimistic feel, even with the serious stuff.
Plus Hirani's signatures, the slapstick bits, the slightly over-the-top comedy, and all is well.
You can't forget all is well. That little thumbs up, it all adds to its unique charm, makes it really watchable.
And the acting. We have to mention the performances.
Oh, absolutely stellar across the board. The leads just became those characters.
Amir Khan's as Rancho, just charismatic, captured that free spirit perfectly. And R. Madhavan as Farhan, Sharman Joshi as Raju, you really felt their struggles. Totally. So believable. Kareena Kapoor as Pia, maybe a smaller role in some ways, but still very memorable. And Bowman Irani, iconic as Virus.
He really was.
No.
Both funny and genuinely intimidating somehow.
And Omi Vaidya, Chatur, that speech alone, legendary.
Instant classic. The chemistry between all of them just worked so well. You believe their friendship.
And that connection obviously translated to the audience because the box office numbers were just huge.
Right. It broke records. Highest grossing Indian film at the time, I think.
It was. And not just in India. It did incredibly well overseas, too. Hong Kong, South Korea, places you might not immediately expect. It shows how universal those themes are.
And the cultural impact went way beyond ticket sales, didn't it?
Oh, for sure. It genuinely started conversations about education reform, about student mental health, the pressure. It brought those issues out in the open more.
Yeah, you suddenly heard all is well everywhere. And that impact in China you mentioned being used in universities, that's incredible.
It really is. And the fact that it got remade in other languages, Tamil, Spanish, just proves its message resonates across cultures. Oh, and the awards, of course. It swept quite a few.
Yeah, Filmfare, IFA, National Awards, Best Film, Director, Acting Awards. It got the critical recognition, too.
Definitely. So when you sort of step back and look at it all.
Yeah, you see why it works so well. It's that mix, isn't it? The humor. But tackling really big, serious themes.
Exactly. Critiquing the system, the societal pressure, but also celebrating passion, individuality, and definitely friendship.
It manages to be super entertaining, but also make you think. That's not easy to pull off.
It really isn't. You can see why it's considered a modern classic now. Still feels relevant.
Absolutely. For me, weighing it all up,
Yeah,
I'd give Three Idiots a solid 8 out of 10.
A very fair score. It earned it. And maybe that leaves us with a final thought for you, the listener. Just consider, what's really driving your pursuit of knowledge or success? Is it the external stuff, the pressure? Or is it something more authentic, something you're truly passionate about? Definitely something worth mulling over.